Alright fellas, here we're back in Pokemon Masters. Got the half anniversary information, the new sync pair details. Awesome. Okay, so this is the first video. I'm going to be making two of these. These are quite a bit of content to cover. I just want to cover this in two parts. We've got Champion Brendan, Champion May, Ortega, Arcsuit, and Variety Ethan, and Variety Hop in this video. That's what I plan to go over. Those 6 sync pairs, that's a lot of sync pairs, but let's hope. Alright. Let's first of all look at Champion Brendan here. So, Champion Brendan is a field strike character. We knew that, and I knew that from earlier today. His stats, I did look a little bit at this kit before I ended up just re-recording the video. I did not get very far, just the stats for the most part in one of his moves, 2 of them basically. Anyway, whatever. Level 150, EX roll unlocked. This guy's got really good stats. The attack is very, very good. The special attack is very solid as well. The defenses are pretty decent for a seemingly offensive-based character. Good HP, solid speed. I mean, they tend to build characters to be jack-of-all trades. Not jack-of-all trades, but at least characters that can take hits, do a little bit of damage, decent gauge management, good enough bulk. I mean, you know, they kind of build a lot of characters that way. Not many characters are just stupid frail anymore. They have decent defensive mechanics, even if they're offensive, or decent enough offensive mechanics if they're defensive, or at the very least good offensive enhancing mechanics, at least for the team. Anyway, Precipice Blades is the move. First move we have here, I mean, we got Maxi. We know how Precipice Blades works. It's not like a crazy ground move, but, you know, it can definitely be made really strong, depending on how it goes. Hoenn Passion, increasing physical moves next values by 1, and applying the Hoenn Circle, which is a 40%, up to 40% power buff on physical attacks and 14% damage reduction. I think the only thing about that that's not really that great is obviously, I mean, you know, he's getting a 20% buff. You get 10% unconditionally, an extra 10% because Brendan himself is Hoenn, but then obviously you got to kind of consider, like, Hoenn's synergy is not that great. He's going to have Maxi and Courtney. Those are 2 of his bigger partners he can definitely run with, obviously, because, duh, right? Almost guarantee he's not going to be able to work with Anniversary Steven because of Anniversary Steven's thing of wanting to not be in weather. Not really going to have much synergy. Also not really a great sync pair to begin with. So he's my goat, but, like, goddamn. Anniversary May. Signature May. Pretty good still. I could see some good synergy there if Groudon is obviously as, you know, sun cloaked as it friggin' should be, right? But there's okay, I guess decent synergy with Hoenn, and actually Arcsuit Steven. Yeah, they did release Arcsuit Steven. I kind of have to bite the bullet on that. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. We got Arcsuit Steven. I can't say much. Anyway, Red Precipice Blades. That is strong, 270 power, 2 gauges, hits all enemies, 100 accuracy. It's activated whenever the team sync pair uses a sync move 1 time, and deactivated when used, so it's a once per sync cycle effect. Probably. Makes the enemy flinch. The power of the move is not lower if there are multiple targets. Lowers enemy defense by 3 when the weather is EX Sunny. And applies the free moves next to the user when the weather is EX Sunny. So it's like the Ray, Champion, Marnie. Those are the 2 examples. Like Champion, Silver, you know, whatever characters, right? Those type of buddy moves where they're activated once per sync cycle. Yeah, okay. I mean, it looks like it's going to be just the casual 300 power move, right? I mean, I don't think it's going to be that crazy. But, hey. Not too bad for sure. Good defense debuffing for damage, free moves next for gauge efficiency, cool. Blue Sky of Glory, increasing physical moves next of an ally by 2, and increases his own physical moves next by 2. So if you use this on yourself, then, well, you got +4, and this is a 2-use move. That's a very funny trainer move that it did very basic effect, but very strong, similar at the same time. Okay. He's got Hoenn Pride, you know, Master Pair, fair enough, right? Buffing physical damage. Sadly, you know, can't stack that with Maxi's Hoenn Pride because that's just not how it works, but you can use a circle at least. So I do love how they release a lot of Master Pairs with circles because you are basically double dipping in their Master Passes. You are giving them a direct power buff to their moves twice over because of the circle. Same with damage reduction, and you know, you're actually getting a little bit of sync power out of it too. So I really do like the mixture of Master Passes plus circles like this. Red Power Awakening, become Primal Groudon until the end of battle the first time the user enters a battle. Enters a battle? Enters a battle. Enters a... Okay. Oh, right. Primal Groudon. Oh, yeah, the Primal Reversion isn't a mega thing. Okay, yeah. Duh. Power of the moves of sync moves of all allies whenever the weather is sunny. Powers of the ground type moves and ground type sync moves of all allies when the weather is sunny. I think I would have to look for it. I don't want to look for it, but I did remember seeing some numbers on that, but we'll save that for the kit, like, detail video. I think this is like 20% here, and then 20% here, so it's a 40% total buff, which is pretty damn good, right? Like, that's very good support. Very, very good support, for sure. And then sure hit, moves crit, moves never miss, guaranteed crits. Where are his attack and crit buffs? Am I crazy? Is it part of the primal thing? Let's see. Primal Groudon. What are your stats like after the primal reversion? EX roll unlocked. They don't change. Unless he just gains speed. No, he doesn't. Okay. So these two stay the same. Desolate Land of Myths. Reduces sync countdown by 3, makes weather EX Sunny, and raises the attack by 6. Okay, so guaranteed crit. I say, where's his crit buffs? He's got guaranteed crits. Why did I say that? Attack buffs, though. But yeah, okay, so here's his +6 attack. There it is. That's pretty good. Makes the weather EX Sunny and reduces sync countdown by 3. That's pretty good. And he doesn't have any lowered sync power, by the way, for being a, well, primal, right? Not mega, but primal sync pair. Pretty cool. We like that. So, I like that -3 sync countdown. That's pretty good. That's definitely good. Good synergy with like the sync rampers. Like against Signasu is a pretty big one, right? Those fire buffs from the EX Sun are gonna be nice. We don't know all the effects of EX Sun, but it is extended Sun. I would have expected it to be infinite. Frankly, at this point in the game, infinite weather effects are not broken, especially considering enemies can replace them. So honestly, I would have expected this to have actually been infinite, but apparently this is not. Is not infinite, but it does last an extended duration, and it's probably got additional effects like extra power-ups or something else. We'll find out though. Either way, could be extremely broken, could just be the normal amount of broken, or just great even, right? Either way, pretty good stuff so far, and there's no change in anything. The primal doesn't really do anything aside from giving him his attack, and these are basically just the normal entrance things that he would have gotten, whether it was primal or not. So not too much done from being a primal sync pair. No stat buffs, which is a little annoying, but it is what it is, right? Especially because it is on entry, but hey, whatever. We take these. Amazing attack by 6, EX Sun, and sync countdown buffed by 3, or reduced by 3. We only got one set of weather EX Sun, though, which is a little interesting. He has Field, which sets a ground zone, too, so he's going to also be able to deal with that buff, the ability to set ground zone, which is... there's a lot to that, clearly. Move level stuff. 1 out of 5, he gets Flame Proof. Okay. 2 out of 5, he gets Circle Gauge Up, Circle HP Recovery, Quick Cure, Solar Shield, Sunscreen, EX Sunny, Water Move damage reduction with a 50% damage reduction against water moves from enemies. Seeing freebie, Fire Guard. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of good defensive tech here, like just the generic stuff they usually give, like a little bit of Circle Gauge, Recovery, some damage reduction stuff, extra damage reduction against water, which is nice against, like, I don't know, what's her face, Argenta. He's weak to water, so this makes him basically just have a regular weakness, I believe, regular 1x weakness, not 2x. Okay. Sure, and Solar Shield, you know, status condition immunity, so pretty basic stuff, but again, some decent stuff, and again, some gauge with, like, Circle Gauge Up and the Sync Freebie and whatnot, which is great for, obviously, the Precipice Blades, right, even though you might want to potentially use the Buddy move, like, right after a Sync move, but hey, it's just really how you want to play it, frankly. He's got pretty good gauge stuff, despite being Groudon, not what you would think to be a super gauge-efficient Sync pair. At 3 out of 5, he gets Weathered Warrior, power up on Precipice Blades, the Buddy move Precipice Blades, you know, Rain Cloud Shattering, lands, Precipice Blade, that's pretty nuts. Down to Earth, Impervious, Haymaker, Sync Free, we already saw Sync Freebie, first Sync move, Team Physical Boost, NPR on the Buddy Trainer move, I mean, Solar Sync. So it's Weathered Sun, not EX Sun, okay. Weathered Warrior. Turns field to play in a ground zone the first time he enters a battle. Stats cannot be lowered. That's good tech. First thing move, Team Physical Boost, Haymaker. We'll go into the other tiles before I say anything. 4 out of 5, he gets Drought Alert 3. Extends the weather of Sun, not EX Sun. Maybe they'll update that. I think they would have already done it though, but either way, it's just Sun, so okay. And then he gets Hoenn Circle Extension 5. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good 5 out of 5 tile. Okay. Interesting. I'm more curious to see if Drought Alert will extend EX Sun and what the exact buffs of EX Sun are. Because I think that's going to be a pretty big player into, like, how good this guy might be. I mean, though honestly already, no. Haymaker, Weathered Warrior. Where is it? Right here. 40% buff here. Poison boost single allows in Sun and when they're ground type. So this is a 40% buff to his own DPS and his sync move. I mean, he's already dealing with like 170% multipliers. Run Weathered Warrior is a lucky skill. He's already at 200, which is pretty crazy. Guaranteed crits unconditionally, so no need for like soften up or anything. He's gonna have the Hoenn Circle, the defense debuffs potentially, stuff like that. Yeah. Obviously being run under, like, you're going to run him under the best support in the game. You're going to run him under Arc Suit Steven for that extra Hoenn buff from the circle and the master passive. Steven's own passive, even if it's only, even if it's progressively activated by steel types, it doesn't matter. It still gives Brendan a small buff. It's fine, for sure. Yeah, I think he's definitely looking good. I'm more curious on the choice of him having Solar Sync, and then if Drought Alert doesn't work on EX Sun and only works on regular Sun, that's also, I think, a questionable choice. I think it should have just been this setting EX Sun again. But I guess that might depend on just how broken EX Sun is, because it could give more multipliers, it can give more effects. We won't know until, it happens, I guess, right? Is EX Sun even, like, realistically broken for him? Because does he even get buffs from EX Sun? He should, right? EX Sun you would think would only give direct buffs to fire types. But again, we don't really know how they're going to end up actually implementing it, so I guess we'll know. I guess we'll know when it actually releases. Cool, though. Cool. So, I mean, Brendan does look pretty good at a glance. Pretty basic tiles, which is fine on its own right. I don't think this is going to be that broken, especially because he doesn't have extension. Yeah, I mean, I like it. He's got decent defensive tech, as every unit should have. Just the basic stuff is just fine, and then very, very solid offensive stuff, which a lot of his good offensive stuff's in the base. Like, the most realistic stuff he gets for damage DPS wise is Weathered Warrior 3 in the grid, is it not? I mean, the limited physical moves boost is not really that big of a deal. The circle is probably one of the bigger things that could prolong the extra damage you can do, because you're not spending as much time setting circle, and you don't have to worry about its MP that much. Weathered Warrior, though, probably is like the only massive direct thing you're missing out on if you don't, give him the 3 out of 5 or whatever. You just want to run DPS Brendan. I mean, this is going to provide a lot of extra strength to him just straight out the gates at, minimal investment, which is pretty good. So, I mean, he does look really, really good for sure. But we'll obviously have to see, like, what the biggest buff is there. All right, let's move on to May. Right there. All right, May and Kyogre. Shiny Kyogre. Sick. We love ourselves shiny Kyogre. I wonder are we going to have any similarities here? Field, strike special, we knew that. Stats, same HP, same defenses, just kind of flopped. 470 special attack as opposed to Brendan's, what was like 550? 512? No. Yeah, 552. So, I mean, because she's probably going to have EX Rain, and that's going to directly buff her, whereas Sun does not directly buff Groudon. Fair enough, right? Field setting regular rain, I'm going to assume. Another just interesting thing with having EX weather effects, and we'll see. Okay. Good stuff, stats-wise. Moves, Origin Pulse. And we know how Origin Pulse works because of Archie. Thunder. Okay, just got another Archie. I mean, no special circles. I mean, I guess Wallace has it, but come on, who cares? You're not going to run her with Wallace, a fucking Sun-winning character. Wallace is such an unfortunate Hoenn character, like Hoenn buffer, because he set Sun, Groudon wants Sun, or it wants Sun, so it wants Groudon, but Groudon's a physical attacker, it doesn't really benefit from the circle, and then Kyogre's are direct opposition against it because it sets Rain. That poor unit. Anyway, Blue, Origin Pulse, damn, 600 power, it's a one-use move though, makes sense, 720 max power, 4 gauges, hits all enemies. Activated in EX Rain, deactivated when it's a longer range, and it makes the enemy flinch. So that's it. No, it just makes the enemy fucking flinch. Sure, okay. No debuffs is fine. I mean, this is like basically Arc Suit Leon's buddy move, right? Except better effect, basically. Makes the enemy flinch. Nice. Okay. Starry Sky of Glory targets an ally, increases physical moves next. Sorry, sync move up next of an ally by 4, and sync move up next of the user by 4. So +8 basically to herself. Okay. Again, you can select this for an ally, right? Like, real stuff you're gonna run her with. I mean, you could probably run her like to very good effect with like champion, for a big example, champion Serena. Imagine this character's nuke with +8 sync move up next on it at max. Yeah, that's obviously pretty fun to think about. So I could see some great stuff for that. Well, I guess it'd be +4 sync move up next, not +8, because, you know, it's 1 for an ally, 4 for herself, 4 for an ally, whatever. But you could use it twice and then give yourself +8 sync move up next. That could be pretty good, damn good too. That's pretty damn strong. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so 2 use. Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Okay, sure. And then Storm Summoning Seas, the buddy move, Origin Pulse here. Again, no like real effect other than setting Rain and extending it on the field effect. Yeah, it doesn't have any multipliers, basically. Hoenn Spirit, we know, same thing for Brendan, basically, you know, special buff. Sadly, no stacks with Archie, but that's fine. Become Primal Kyogre until the end of battle. First time it enters a battle each battle. Does it passives change? Hoenn Blessing, sure. Crit, sure. Hit, okay, you know, same thing, sure. Fair enough, I guess. Primal Kyogre, though. Sync countdown by 3. Weather EX Rainy. Special attack by 6. There we go. Alright. Hoenn Blessing. Charges gauge by 1 when its attack move hits while in rain. Increases sync move up next by 1 when its attack move hits while in rain. Okay, this has got to count for EX rain, right? Surely. Surely they don't make this only count for regular rain. There's no way. I'm going to just assume whenever something says, oh, it only works in a weather effect, it's going to also include that EX weather effect, surely. Surely, right? No way it doesn't. Anyway, so that's probably +3 sync move up next, considering you can hit multiple enemies with this. And then I'm going to guess +3 gauge, you know? Yeah, the multiple enemies you have, the more enemies you have, the more you're going to gain sync move up next and gauge back, which is obviously really good. Gauge efficiency, really good. Sync power up, and again, you can apply this to yourself, apply it to allies. Honestly, if anything, this does give you some very, very good reason to apply this to an ally, because obviously, you know, that, again, to the most extreme example, Champion Serena buddy move is going to be looking really, really good under those sync move up next buffs May can apply, so cool. Again, okay, so it's pretty similar effects and guaranteed crits again. Definitely more of a... No, not even more of a supportive role. Brandon's definitely more of a supportive role. She's definitely more, like, directly buffed on, like, sync power, for sure. 430 special attack helps her out. Oh, sorry, 470 special attack helps her out a lot more compared to Archie's, Is it even 300? Is it 300 after the EX roll? You could convince me it isn't. It should be after the EX roll, right? Surely. Okay, yeah, he's got 350 special attack. Okay, I'm a little crazy. I mean, you know, 120 more special attack than what Archie is working with. It's gonna be pretty good. Not really anything crazy on the regular power, though. I mean, she's got the master passive, but, I mean, other than that, it's mostly just the same as Archie, right? She doesn't have any special moves next, no special defense debuffs for herself. Yeah, it's... Okay. We'll just have to see, for sure. We'll have to see, and obviously the grid could change a lot for this character in terms of, like, actual damage output. But so far, it's looking like Groudon's probably going to have the better damage output, just more consistently, right? But, I mean, May's going to be definitely good for buffing her sync damage, her allies' sync damage, and just being probably a really good water character anyway, I would say, anyway. Probably? Surely. Dauntless here, sure, yeah, nice, okay. 2 out of 5, EX Rain, fire moves get debuffed, right? She's not even weak to fire, which is funny, so basically any fire boss you're going to face is not going to be having a good time with this character. Refreshing Rain, don't really need to go too much into that, it's nice healing. Water Guard, Trainer Move MP, ooh, Trainer Move NPR at 2 out of 5, or same move up next. That's nice, that's nice. Thunder super duper effective 9. Good electric damage. Thunder gauge refresh and Thunder hostile environment for some guaranteed paralysis. Okay. Nice. Okay, some electric damage. I mean, you know, we're going to take that for sure. She's going to do some good consistent electric damage against electric weak enemies. That's nice. You know, not really changing too much from Archie there. Water Guard. Water and fire res is pretty nice, I would say. Gauge refresh on Origin Pulse, too. The special attack buff here. Oh, she's also got Racing Rain. Okay, I didn't, you know, this kind of just blends in. But the Racing Rain, I guess, is pretty decent for Gauge 2. I like the Trainer with NPR. That's nice. And if you want Thunder stuff, that's good, too. And, again, Recovery. This Rainy team sync moves up 3. 30% buff to the team's damage when in rain. And probably, again, EX Rain as well. That's nice. First sync move special boost, giving you special moves next, buffs by 2 after this first time the sync move is used each battle. Weathered Warrior 3, Super Rain, Mind Games, Brain Power, Topher on Thunder, and Endurance. Brain Power, Weathered Warrior, Team Sync Power Up on Rain. Okay, it gets similar case to Brendan, I would say. She's got a good ability to, like, buff her own, you know, apply good multipliers to herself. The big difference between, like, her and Brendan is, like, where Brendan's got EX Sun, that does not provide probably direct buffs to him. Like, even though it's EX, it's probably going to provide some good buffs. It's not going to be provided the same level of buffs as what EX Rain is going to be providing to May. Probably, because obviously she is actually getting a direct power buff from that, and also she feels that she's setting regular Rain on her sync move, you know, yada yada. Cool, right? She's gonna have that EX Rain buff on top of, you know, Weathered Warrior, Brain Power, Team Rainy sync moves up. The only thing with that though is that if she uses her sync move, it's probably gonna replace the EX Rain with regular Rain, so there's something to go with that there too. But I guess mostly in the form of her actual damage, it's gonna look better. Which, Mind Game's 9, some debuffs is very, very good for that, and again, the Weathered Warrior is going to affect it anyway. Super Rain 4, if they plan on making some stupidly strong, like, water weak content, like, don't get me wrong, Annabelle is hard, right? I mean, it's a pretty tough fight, but, like, this character is going to actually just demolish it. Like, put some debuffs on the team, and, well, Annabelle's just going to get completely decimated by this Kyogre. It's not even going to be funny. It's just going to be an actual just wash, a literal wash, right? So, I mean, yeah. Anyway, whatever. Thunder Topher, nice gauge for, you know, thunder abuse, I guess. I like the support, though. I love support on characters. That 30% sync move power-up is super nice for the whole team. And again, look who's gaining stonks from that. Damn, 30% sync buff. I'm big on that. And also, again, on top of all these multipliers and the EX Rain, whatever, sync move up next that she's very consistently giving to herself. So she's going to have a really, really good nuke for being like a quote-unquote strike, right? Obviously she's field, but like, you know, basically what is a strike nuke? It's going to look really hard and hit really hard. It's going to be one of the harder hitting, definitely one of the harder hitting field nukes in the game, but, you know, basically strike nukes overall. That's good. 4 to 5, Flood Alert 3, same as that, and, okay. I do, just ignore that. It's adrenaline. What do you want me to say? It's fucking adrenaline. Whoop-de-doo. Combine it with a little bit of sync acceleration, you've got the whole turn, you know, cool. Cool, man. I guess it's good for prolonging the amount of rain that she's got. That's and like however long, you know, the battle will end up lasting. You know, that's cool, I guess, but other than that, who cares that much about adrenaline? It's not like a super impactful tile to her. It does not change her fundamental play style. Flood Alert 3, though, that was nice, extending the duration of rain. It's just, honestly, to me, it's more like, will this affect, or rather, will this apply to EX Rain and EX Sun? Will Drought Alert and Flood Alert actually end up affecting those? I hope so, because that'd be great, but if it doesn't, then, well, you know, it's just going to be extending the already extended field rain that she's going to set, which is good as well, for sure, but it'd be a lot better if it definitely does extend the EX effects as well. We'll see, though. We'll see. Either way, that's nice. Nice kits. Definitely not bad. Definitely pretty top tier, I would say. Okay. Arcsuden and Zoroark. We'll see how well this guy compares to, like, Cynthia, Steven, Lance, Leon. I mean, we got a pretty decent range of, like, very strong Arc suits. So how will N compare, I guess? Okay. So first he's multi-tech. For some reason they keep making these tech. Give us like either another friggin' support or a field or a sprint. I mean, you can say what you want about field or sprint not being great roles, but like we're gonna sooner or later need to get one of these characters in multi in order to actually see how they build these kits. Like, come on. It's just, why introduce the role if you're not going to use it? Anyway, stat-wise, good stats all around. 260 defenses is not shabby for a character that probably isn't going to end up being a tank. 840 HP is solid as well. Very good special attack, very solid attack. 409 speed is very, very good as well. All around good. Dread Myth and Dread Judgment. I mean, we know these are going to work. It's all the same Arc Suit passives. It's the same as, like, Flag Bearer. Is this? Yes, basically the same as Flag Bearer, but for dark types. So, good buffs for all dark type allies. And I mean, there's a lot he can work with. I mean, dark types are no slouch in terms of like good characters, I would say. I mean, obviously, you just got Giovanni. He's insane. Gyakumo's an amazing damage dealer. Support, yeah, okay. Same with Champion Marnie's still really good. Akari's a great Dark Zone setter and a good damage dealer as well. I mean, just to name a few, those are really good. I mean, Cygnus Osiris is still really good too. You know, there's good options for sure. So Dark is not like slouching too much. You can definitely get some good characters that can buff this guy, and he can definitely provide good buffs probably right back. And, you know, raising allied dark rebuff by 1 on entry and lowering enemy dark rebuff on entry as well. You know, again, basic arc suit stuff, but obviously still really good. You know, extra 30% power for all dark moves. The bridge between humans and Pokemon and humans decreases the amount of gauge slots the user's Pokemon need to use by 2, raises the chance of lowering stat values with the additional effects of the user's moves. When an opponent's stat is lowered by additional effects, it's lowered by 6. Whoa, what? Okay, so whoa, 6 times the stat ranks. So he's -6 debuff in stats. Bonk. He's like Arc Suit Lance, but we'll see what he can do, I guess, with debuffs. Math Genius. If the accuracy is lower when the attack move is successful, grants the following effect a number of times equal to the number of ranks the accuracy is lower one of the target. Huh? What? So, hold on. Raise the chance of lowering status. When an opponent's stat is lowered by the additional effects of the... Okay, was it lowered by the additional effects of the user's moves lower times 6 times the stat ranks? Okay. I don't think this applies to this. But even still, that's bust. That's pretty fucking busted. Debuffs are really good in all contexts. Debuffs are amazing. They're one of the reasons Archie Stevens 4-5 is extremely valuable. Debuffs are amazing. His offensive debuffs are amazing. His defensive debuffs for offensive enhancement for your team is amazing. And obviously, this, you know, everyone fucking loves defense debuffs anyway. Naturally, you know, we love extra things that can make damage go higher, right? So, anyway. So I'm going to guess that this works. You're going to have -6 accuracy by whatever method it is from this passive, right? And then you are going to get basically 6 random debuffs of this, of whatever these stats are. So anything besides, I guess, evasion, right? Because he says if accuracy's lower, he's probably got a buff. Let's just, okay, night days, yeah. So night days. I'm going to guess it's, I'm going to guess this is guaranteed. It's probably not 80%, some stupid crap like that. It's probably guaranteed. And then you get attack to speed debuffs. You know, random -6, not -6, but like 6 debuffs between each of these. Like it could be -4 attack and -1 defense, -1 special attack, or like -2 special attack, -2 special defense, -2 speed. You know, whatever it is, right? -6 in total. Either way, that's busted. Great debuffs, whatever. And then entry no stat up, so he's completely bumming the enemy of any sort of stat buff. That's so good. So this guy's very debuff oriented. A little worried because there's no like big damage enhancing properties outside of the debuffs here, and obviously the basic stuff he gets as an Arc Suit character. Just mostly debuff oriented. We'll see though. We'll see. I love debuffs, but he's an Arc Suit. Let's be real here. Night Days, 166 minimum power, 199 maximum power. It's a good damaging move. 4 gauges, nice. Mini Potion all, restoring allies HP by 20% of the maximum. That's weird. Why? He doesn't... Okay, well, sure. Healing's nice for the team, but, like, it's a bit random. Real techie, I guess. Almighty Obsidian Night Days, 250 minimum power, 300 max, 4 gauge, targets an opponent. Activated whenever there's at least one Pokemon with a lower type rebuff in the opponent's field of play, so always. Never misses. The more the target stats are lower, the greater the power of this attack. Lowers the target's accuracy by 1. It's one use, which is fair. The more the target stats are lower, the greater the power of this attack. I think I remembered seeing multipliers for this as well, where it would end up being, what, like 5 times the power, I think? I mean, it gets 10%, I think it's, what, 10% per debuff, and, you know, -6, fucking hell, 5 times it's 30, 36, 42, 420%, basically 500, yeah, okay. That's like a 1,400, 500-ish base power move. I believe that's what I saw. I didn't look too much into it, but I'd have to pull these. I'll pull these numbers up when I actually do his own individual overview. I'll get prepared for that. But either way, that's pretty insane. That's gonna be a pretty damn strong buddy move. Like RC Leon kind of hated on that a little bit just because it wasn't nice in its base power. Well, this is nice in its base power, so or well, at least its maximum power. So pretty good. Hold My Love raises special attack by 6, accuracy by 1, and crit by 3. Nice, great. It's a base kit of an arc suit. Shifting night, divine night days. They give him an actual buddy move. Lore's Lore's one of the stats. Okay. This is not good because he already does so much debuffing. This, I'm not gonna say it's useless, but it's useless. And then he gets, of course, -1 rebuff for being multi. Very iffy on him being very focused on debuffs. Like, debuffs in themselves are very, very good, but if your whole shtick is doing a lot of debuffs and you do them so well, there's a point where you can do them so well that any extra is very pointless. This whole thing. And then there's other things that you would really want. Like, this guy so far is looking like he's probably going to want some more damage enhancement properties or just something like better tech-wise. I guess tech-wise. I don't know. Either way, I mean, the debuffs are really, really good tech. I don't know why he's got potions. It's such a random thing. Could have given him, like, a dark circle or something. Introduce that. Give him, like, a more power-up, the more dark allies are on the team. That would have been broken. Not even really broken. It just would have been really good, because obviously you're going to run him with mostly dark allies. Like, this guy's going to 100% be run with Arc Suit Giovanni as a support for the most part. And then, even if not, you're going to definitely at least run him with another dark damage dealer. Cyrus, Akari, Yakumo, like, Bryson, even Bryson Man, somewhere in, like, whoever you're going to run him with, you're going to run him with another dark type. So I should give him, like, Dark Circle or something, I would think. But I just have to look at the rest of his kit. I mean, I can't really judge too much right now. He's just looking very debuff oriented and not like much else. No like sync stuff, no damage stuff, no other like defensive utility. I guess potions, I guess you consider defensive utility, but it's like 20% HP twice, which is good, but it's pretty limiting. Whatever. Let's look. 1 out of 5. Dauntless. Okay, basic stuff for the most part for a 1 out of 5 arc suit. 20 special attack at 2 out of 5. Behold My Love sync move boost 3. Behold My Love NPR. Quick Cure Super Sinker. Okay. Debut special boost. That's mostly it. Okay. Nothing really crazy. I mean, maybe the sync boost is nice, I guess. Sync powers, you know, same as regular arc suit. I mean, yeah, he doesn't really have much to, like, power sync up other than, like, the dark rebuff, right? So, and defensive debuff, so nothing really crazy there yet. And NPR, I mean, you can make use of it for the sync boost, but that's about it. Not really that insane. Quick Cure, Super Sinker. Super Sinker and, like, debut special boost, I guess, are good damage challenge tiles. That's it, literally it. This is not great otherwise. It's not really powering up that much. And Super Sinker, you know, if you're facing Dark Week content, sure, but otherwise, not really, obviously, definitely not good either. And he's gonna probably shred through a lot of Dark type content anyway. He's not really gonna worry about it. Then Quick Cure, not really much to go into there. 3 out of 5, the sync tiles, nice. Behold My Love, Slippery 4. Interesting. I guess that gives more utility to this. Opponent rebuff, team moves up. Status immunity. Sync Thinker. Okay. Power play. Head start. Vigilance. First sync move, no stat up. And mini potion master healer and NPR. Okay. Not okay. Opponent rebuff down, team moves up. I like the support. Support's obviously really good. Does he really have no multipliers? Like, are you just gonna run Crit Strike 2 on the guy and call it a day? Like, I mean, you know, say what you want. Utility's great. Like, I mean, this is great gauntlet stuff. Like, Slippery 4, NPR, and Master Healer, and mini potions, like, debuffs. Like, this is great gauntlet stuff. He's gonna do great there, but, like, I'm expecting a hell of a lot more for an arc suit at this point. Like, is his gauge management even good? Like, okay, yeah, he decreases it by 2. Okay, so his gauge management's pretty good. Fair enough. No stat up on the... Again, I like debuffs a lot. Debuffs are really good. They're honestly a really good counter to a lot of stages. Like, there's so many stages out right now in terms of ultimate battles that want debuffs. Not a lot of them want more than just debuffs. Like, Dana wants debuffs, but doesn't... But also a freaking plethora of other things. Same with... Well, Wally's not plethora, but he wants special defense debuffs and also a field effect. But... You know, the point is debuffs are great, and they are. You don't need to provide so much about debuffs this much. Like, literally, say I'm wrong, I don't think I am. This, and this, and this are all he needed for debuffs. He did not need this. He did not need this. Whatever other friggin' debuff-related thing he got, he didn't need. That stuff's good enough. Power play is good. Power play is good for the nuke. We're gonna have to really see how much it's gonna be increased, though. He's gonna really be carried, like, in terms of sync power by this guy because of the amount of sync move up next that he can provide. So if you did not get him or whatever, you missed out. It makes sense, frankly, that they would have released Giovanni just to, like, lead into this character. Whatever. Again, decent tech otherwise, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Where's his damage? Okay. 4 out of 5. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now he's going to have a really good sync nuke. Don't have to say anything else about that. There we go. 120% here, 90% here, 100% from sync move up next provided from Giovanni, the dark rebuff, the dark zone. Yeah, he's going to have some very, very good sync damage. Okay, I take back what I said. His sync power is looking really good. And being tech, having a 1.5 times increase on that, plus the sync tiles he's got, he's going to have a really good sync nuke. Like, come on. Okay. First sync move, restore buddy move, MP1. Oh! Ooh, okay, that's... No, again, no multipliers, really, other than, like, Crit Strike 2 and the team moves up, rebuff stuff. Okay. Okay. Honestly, I'm messing with the guy's kit a good bit now. Those, like... Oh, I've got to mess with him 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5. That's a fair argument. But at the same time, if you really like the character enough, you're gonna invest that high anyway. Or you can quit. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, we do like to see the rebuff. These things are good. These really, like, saved his kit for me. I mean, this is his damage up. This is lots of damage up, buddy. A lot of damage up. I think the only issue with this is that this forces you to then use this move before you use his sync move, which you're probably going to use. Say you're running in with Arc Suit, Signature Suit Alt Giovanni, right? You're going to use Giovanni's sync move, then you're going to use Ends, but in between that, you're going to have to use the buddy move, which means you're not going to have that second rebuff that he gets from being multi and, you know, lowering it on the sync move itself, right? So, obviously, is there going to be something like an issue there? Probably, you know, it could mess with some things a little bit, but still, you're going to be running it under probably Dark Zone for sure with -1 rebuff. Potential 20% support from this passive here. Crit Strike 2, a lot of debuffs, you know, obviously, because that's how it gets activated to begin with. It's going to look really strong. I think it's going to be a really, really, really good damaging buddy move, and you get to use it twice. It's going to be hitting to the same extent of, like, Cygnus to Gladion, if not just straight up more damage, because, I mean, his special attack's really good. I think he's pretty good. I mean, I honestly do like his focus on debuffs. I wish he didn't do it as much and would have do, like, other things. Fair enough, right? But, you know, it is what it is a little bit. And if we just want to look down here, I guess a little bit of a better, like, I guess, scope here. I mean, yeah, it's good stuff. It's pretty good stuff. I think his actual DPS, like, output's gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be, like, low. Again, you're under rebuff. You've got 20% support passive that applies to him. You're gonna be under potential Dark Zone. You're gonna have, like, Crit Strike 2 potentially. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be increasing the power of Night Days. It's just not gonna be, like, insane damage like Arc Suit Cynthia level, or probably not even like Arc Suit Leon, maybe not even Arc Suit Leon DPS level. But I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks really, really strong, really, really solid as well. I'm just saying, like, definitely. I could definitely see that being considered Arc Suit level. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong, but I like it. Let's look at Variety, Ethan, and Ho-Oh. Okay. Sprint Field, this is for the new TCG stuff. I can go into that in a whole other video if I want to. I might. I don't know. Sprint Field, nice, I guess. Fire type. I wonder how well it's synergized with the new Groudon. Hey, look, it's the Anniversary Steven EX roll, guys. I'm so sad. Stat-wise, what's he got? With the EX roll investment, decent defenses, decent offenses, good HP, very good speed. Workable stats for sure. Fire spin. That's a great sign. Leaves the target trapped. Fire spin, okay. Sunny Day. Okay, come on. He's doing his job as a potential field setter. We take those. Okay, doing some good stuff. Rainbow Flames, Sacred Fire, Fire type, physical. 165 power, 100 accuracy, 2 gauges, targets an enemy. Infinite use. Okay. Activates whenever weather's in sun. Okay, well, we're good then. That's some good power. That's obviously, I mean, good gauge, you know. What's the effect? Removes frozen from the user, lowers enemy defenses by 1, and leaves the enemy burned. Okay, I mean, yeah. That's a good buddy move. Sure, for sure. That's good. Okay. Heart of Shine. Okay, I didn't need the lesson. Heart of Shining Gold. Gradual healing to all allies. Increases physical and special moves next to allies by 1. Applies the defensive Johto Circle, which is all this. Okay. So defensive Johto Circle increases the physical and special moves next buffs. Debuffs mixed defenses. Okay, so he's going to be made to run with other fire types. Or fire adjacents, I guess. Maybe Groudon, right? Maybe Groudon. And, you know, work pretty well with him. Those mixed buffs can be very appreciated because there's just so many good mixed fire-type characters. Well, fire-type characters that are of offense, physical offense, or special offense. Like mixed blue or Sigma May. Very different offense. Granted, mixed blue can go both ways. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Shimmering Rainbow Flames. Moves never miss. When a move used by the user's Pokemon that targets itself or an ally is successful, target becomes all allied sync pairs. Target becomes all opposing sync pairs. He doesn't do anything to really buff all allies. That isn't really directly stated. So, when a user's sync move attacks, the target becomes all opposing sync pairs. Power and chance of applying moves are not lower than multiple targets. Guaranteed crits with moves. Okay, so he's got AoE DPS, AoE sync moves. So AoE non-split damage with this, and he's got debuffs and guaranteed burn, and guaranteed trap as well. Bro, Variety Kiawe is feasting for all 2 people who have that unit. That's good though. Ferocious Entry for +4 on the offenses, and -1 sync countdown when using Sunny Day. Okay. Sync countdown, whatever. Granted, we have a lot of freaking Sun characters that like sync countdowns, so honestly, I mean, at this point, I can't say whatever when you're going to be able to make a lot of use of it on a lot of different team comps, but that's nice. This guy looks like a very, very good, like, supportive, all-rounding, like, fire-type character to apply to a team. Is he going to be, like, worth going for? That's a different question entirely, you know, given everything releasing this month, Variety Scout, whatever, you know, whatever it may be. Different question, but just as a unit, he's looking really solid, like, good power, solid offensive stat, good utility with the debuffing and burn, the circle buff with the mixed offensive enhancement and defensive enhancement, you know, good consistent sunsetting. I mean, yeah. Also, attack power increases when in sun for his sprint effect. Why is he sprinting, by the way? What did he do? He's got -1 sync countdown on the passive here. If he did it on the trainer move, I could like maybe see it, but he's got literally just -2 sync countdown. Whoop-de-doo, I guess. Sure. Not really going to complain too much about it. Don't really care. Cool, though. Cool. I solid kit so far. 1 out of 5. Flameproof. Cool. 2 out of 5. I guess Flameproof's next for Moltres, but blah, whatever. 2 out of 5. Circle attack move. Damage reduction. 1 with the sun. Healing sun. Natural remedy. Fire spin. Gauge refresh. Sacred flames. Yeah, Sacred Fire, I mean, Gauge Refresh. Okay. I mean, just some decent sun utility. I mean, healing, the stat condition removal, already immune to Flameproof here. Flinch, Confusion, Trap immunity is nice as well. Circle attack with damage reduction for himself is nice as well. I mean, just decent, you know, like, defensive tech for the most part. Yeah, sure. Whatever. 3 out of 5, though. Fierce Entry 2, Johto Circle Extension 5. First sync move, restore Sunny Day, so basically Sunny Day. Okay. Hit trapped opponent, speed down. Trap and sync 5. Sunny Day physical boost 2. Scorching sync and sun burst. Good lord. Okay, so I think trap and sync's good and scorching sync is good. So he's got 100% multipliers here against burned and trapped enemies, and then also the innate 100% for sun, and also the fact he's going to be under sun, so it's just a direct buff. It's pretty good. Pretty decent sync multipliers, obviously also being an AoE character. It's not one of like the greatest fire sync nukes ever, but it's definitely going to be hitting pretty hard. It's going to be definitely solid for sure. The Sunny Day physical boost here is nice. I could see some good use of that, especially considering he's got an extra use of it from this, and then he's also setting sun on entry and on the sync move from the Field EX. This guy's got 5 sets of sun at max, and then literally at the bare minimum, he's got 3, which is already pretty good. He doesn't have like sun extension other than just the Field AX, I believe, but still, it's pretty good. There's plenty of other characters that do anyway, so I wouldn't really worry about that. And the Johto Circle extension is really good as well. No NPR on the trainer move, it seems like, which is fine, I guess, because again, he's got that extension. We like that extension. I think this could have just been like Sync Burst, giving him MP back on both of these, but hey, other than that, I mean, it just looks like a pretty good kit. I don't think he's definitely not like a top tier 10 out of 10 made sync pair, but I really appreciate characters that can do solid damage AoE without much effort and debuff stats and burn like these. I've been trapping me. I'm a big fan of utility stuff, so that's nice to have. Speed debuffs, decent enough, I guess, multiplier wise. Like if you want to activate a character's cakewalk, like Cygnus May will appreciate that again as a partner, you know, just as an example. And obviously the sun setting is really good too, and the circle for providing damage buffs to himself, damage reduction to the whole team. Like there's some good stuff to work there. Anyway, not gonna go too much into Ethan anymore. I think I just a good variety, honestly. Decent enough, I guess at the very least. All right, Hop to Zacian. We're gonna end off with this one. We got a Sprint Tech, not the least least valuable roll card. I don't know what we will call it. My brain. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. Sure. Sprint Tech, nice. Steel type, we love it. Another Zacian. Zacian's cool, so hey, we take these legendaries. Variety legendaries, neat. EX roll, 414 attack, some good defenses, good speed, good HP. Solid all around. We got nothing really crazy to say. Good all around. I'm already reading Fierce Entry 6 and Defense Destroyer 9. A guaranteed defense, debuffs by 2, and max attack on entry. Okay, cool. Behemoth Blade. Solid power move. 50% power when the enemy has a sync buff. Great for the damage challenge. Great for ultimate battles. Great for basically any content that's not pre-sync Champion Stadium or Palmer. Pretty much. Even then, Palmer, you know, that last attack, because it's probably going to get to its sync move, is going to be pretty good anyway, so that's nice. We've also got Play Rough. Why are they going the Gloria route? I guess they kind of did the same thing with, like, Kyogre, right, where I got Origin Pulse and Thunder, but, like, they didn't need to give us another Zacian that had Behemoth Blade and Play Rough. We didn't need to double up on that. That's no big deal. Whatever. Blue Fang's Behemoth Blade. It's a 280 power move. It's one use only. Max 336. 2 gauge targets an opponent. Activated when the attack is raised. Restores the MP of the user's buddy move when the target does not have a sync buff. Attack power is doubled when the target has a sync buff. Reduces sync count by 2 when the target has a sync buff. So basically, use this until the enemy sinks, and then, you know, kind of preserve it to when you need that, you know, big, powerful move, like whenever your conditions are optimal, like multiple physical moves next stacks, or like a bunch of sync buffs, or like something like that, I guess, right? I mean, doubled power when the enemy has a sync buff, that's a 600 some power movement max investment, around 600, like probably 20, 630-ish, whenever we're at like 3 out of 5, right? It's pretty good. I mean, it's going to be a very solid, very strong buddy move. Our true power applies gauge acceleration to the outfield of play, reducing count down by 1, and raises the speed of allies by 3. Okay. Sync countdown's nice. This is pretty good. I mean, mixture of sync countdown here makes him an actual sprint, I guess. Okay, I don't really have much to say. I mean, he's going to have decent enough regular damage. 4 gauge move, though, 144 power, I mean, minimum. That's a little on the lower end for sure, but the buddy move is looking pretty good. It's like, again, more of like an Arxu Leon level buddy move, but obviously Arxu Leon's got a lot to back that up, like the rebuff and extra buffs he has, whereas this Hop, so far from what I've seen, I guess, just doesn't really have that, but we'll see. Sword that Saved Galar protects the user against crits. When an enemy's attack move used by the user's Pokemon targets itself, okay, comes all enemies and all allies. Okay, got it. Power and chance applying effects are not lowered for multiple targets. Guarantee crits. Okay, so same. Is this not just the same thing? Sure, I guess. Whatever. Okay, but guaranteed crits is nice. Attack +6 on entry. He's just got full on entry stat buffs, right? And then the AoE damage with Behemoth Blade and Play Rough. I mean, it's pretty good, obviously. I mean, Behemoth Blade's going to be a really solid AoE damaging move. The buddy move is going to be really strong AoE. And then Play Rough is Play Rough. Sure. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, I mean, I don't know where I ended off. I have had so many fucking issues with background noise this video. It's so insane. I'm... This is why we're quitting, boys. I do like this guy's debuffs being AoE, the defense debuffs. I mean, potential attack debuffs will Play Rough. I think a lot of his value, like in terms of value, is not like if you like the character, Pokemon abilities, whatever. I think it's gonna really depend on obviously if he can beat out the best characters to bring in like an Arc Steven Cygnus Lear comp. I mean, you know, you're probably gonna, if you're gonna want to like really enhance this guy, you're gonna want to have those characters. If you don't have them, obviously, you know, I mean, hopefully you have a way to enhance this character effectively. I mean, in some sense, if you're going to pull for them, or you plan at the very least to have a character like that, you know, on first rerun of those characters in like 13 years for Steven probably, and however long for Cygnus Lear, probably, if I were to guess, maybe a year and a half. If honestly, wouldn't be surprised. But whatever. We'll just see how good like he's gonna be able to place on themselves. But I mean, I like his stuff so far. He's decent. I like his gauge management, and it's pretty nice. Behemoth Blade's still a really gauge hungry move for sure, no doubt about that. 1 out of 5 he gets gauge refresh on Behemoth Blade, Sand Shelter, Headstrong. Sure, I mean, you know, decent enough tiles. I like Headstrong with the mixture of this here, Fierce Entry, being able to make sure he can max his attack and never have it lowered. It's, I guess, decent enough. 2 out of 5 though, he gets Propelling Strike 5, Natural Remedy, Quick Tempo, Team Fast Track 9, Player of Gauge Refresh, Player of Honor Roll, Super Victory, and Turn of NPR. NPR is nice, you know, max speed, gauge acceleration, sync countdown, neat. Fast Track, I mean, just infinite gauge is also a very nice thing to have. Potential help with like sleep chaining as well with this character, you know, that's a passive that procs, something I guess, sure. Quick Tempo, Propelling Strike, I mean, just good gauge stuff. He's got so much gauge stuff. Being a sprint, it makes sense. Natural Remedy, attack debuffs with Player of Honor Roll, 50% chance. I mean, AoE attack debuffs is nice too. I mean, hey, it's there for sure. It's not a bad ability. Super Victory, Super Victory, that's more of a that just kind of exists to me. If this is, like, Super Sinker's not bad because you can make really good use of it in the Legendary Gauntlet, not Legendary Gauntlet, Damage Challenge. You cannot make great use of Super Victory in many spots. Like, are there potentially cases where you could see really good use of it? In some cases, sure, but it's mostly niche. For the most part, it is just a niche thing to have, not really going to be something that crazy. At 3 out of 5, he gets Sync Nodes, Attack plus 30, take Sync Move, take hit, Sync Move hit, Physical Boost 2, Insult to Injury, Entry Physical Boost 2, Inertia, not bad, okay, Sync Damage Guard, Player with Overwhelm 9, Super Duper Effective 5, okay, and another Sync Node there. Also he does have this, I forgot, I didn't mention the Sync move here, Fairy King's Soar, Steel Impact, Defense debuffs, as a multiplier is nice. I mean, having Defense Destroyer, right? That's really good. Having Inertia, obviously, you know, you've got yourself that Sync move that is now buffed by the Tech EX roll for 1.5 times extra power, and, well, you know, 200% multipliers. I guess, well, you could say 100%, but, you know, 100% here, 100% here. That's pretty nice. DPS-wise, Insult to Injury is also nice. I mean, he's already so effective at debuffing defenses that, like, you're going to want to bring basically anything that is reliant upon defense debuffs because he is so effective at doing it. You're good with this. This is a great multiplier for him. Entry Physical Boost is okay, I guess. I feel like this is somewhat decent because you can, like, ramp this up off of having this, you know, being able to use this as much as possible, because basically any time before the enemy sinks, you're going to be wanting to spam this pretty much as you possibly can. Maybe use the buddy move or whatever, the train move, in order to get some gauge management stuff up real quick, but, like, other than that, you're going to be wanting to spam this move until the enemy has the sync buff, just so you can get as much use of its damage properties, you know, as possible. Entry Physical Boost, with the fact that he's got guaranteed crits and +6 attack on entry, this means this character is able to spam damage literally turn 1, and you pretty much want to get those defense debuffs in as fast as you possibly can, right? So having a way to buff damage super quickly and on entry could be decent. I mean, more decent than a lot of other, like, abilities a character could have. This is, I feel like, a character that, you know, that on entry Steel Zone or whatever could actually work on, frankly. Like, I think there's actually decent usage out of that in this case, but not absurd passive by any means for sure. I mean, mostly just kind of like a thing you can kind of pick up if you can afford it. Sync power-ups there again. Overwhelm 9 on Player Off is nice if you want to try and just skip the RNG for Player Off Honor Roll, or if you just want faster attack debuffs. I mean, it's there. It's if you just want to do fairy damage, like on type and debuff attack. I think the fairy stuff is mostly like a Latias counter and, like, decent for Evelyn's ultimate battle. Is it Evelyn? It is. Is it Evelyn? Or is it Morgan? No, it's Evelyn. Yeah, Morgan's Dragon Week. Evelyn's Fairy Week. So, yeah. You know, decent for that battle, too. Sync Damage Guard. could make good use of it. If you're not going to be sinking when enemies using a stupidly strong attack or a sync move or whatever, then, well, there you go. There's your way to take it. And that could also potentially chain into this, where you got that sync damage guard, you take a sync move, you don't take too much damage, obviously you're not dead, you get physical moves next back, and, well, you can use that to enhance your buddy move, which, okay. Okay, cool. You can use that to enhance your buddy move, or, obviously, just whatever damaging move you want to use. I think that the buddy move is one of the bigger ones you would want to use, because obviously the enemies use their sync move, and now this buddy move is at 200, not 200 extra power, basically 280 I guess, but it's at double power, right? So 300 some power on it, and you're going to want that physical moves next buff for that. So there's some decent like play around his different passives and how you can make them work and like, you know, chain into each other, chain reaction I guess, but for the most part, decent stuff. I mean, overall, just definitely not like a bad character. Definitely some pretty good stuff. Enhances damage. Utility's decent with the debuffs. I mean, not bad overall. Pretty damage oriented, but with some debuffs, you know, it all works, you know, pretty well as well. So we love to see that. Anyway, that's all I've really got to say. I guess we're ending this here. This video is way too long. Goddamn, didn't expect that. Whatever. I'll see you later. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know think about the new units. I like the champions. I think Arcsuit End's definitely pretty solid looking. Those 4 to 5 to 5 to 5 tiles saved him for me. I don't think he's going to be like that insane at like 1, 2, or 3 out of 5, but 4 to 5 and 5 to 5 really do so much justice for him. I really think so. But anyway, yeah. I'll see you later. Hope you all enjoyed. Go make your summons. Go look in your skipping. Happy half anniversary. Peace.